Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking like whenever you have. Thanks for your comments, your questions, and thanks for hitting that bell to notify you of future videos. And thanks to those of you who've shared my past videos. That really helps a lot, really helps get the word out there about the channel. And it just brings more people to watch these videos, and that ensures that that I keep making these. Okay, so once again, I always hate dropping us right into a white piece of paper. So what we're looking at here is a private commission. That is Rick Grimes, who we're looking at. Rick Grimes of The Walking Dead. So this is an unfinished piece. I'm still working on it, and that's all I've got so far. Once this is done, I'll be posting it up on my website, Fernando Ruiz Everybody. If you haven't been there, please go there and check out what I've got there. I post just about everything I do. I post up there. Professional projects, personal drawings, anything that I'm doing, you'll see there, and it's a good place to go and find out what I'm working on and read up on my next convention appearances on my events page over there. So please check it out, FernandoRuizEverybody.com. Okay, so tonight, let's say goodbye to Rick. So we've got a nice fresh piece of Bristol paper here, nice white piece of Bristol. So I have a request for another commission, and this one is going to be Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Now, Sabrina is a full figure commission, so we're going to tackle the whole body rather than just the head today. So I've got my paper, I've got my pencil. Just in case anybody was wondering, for drawings like this, I tend to use a mechanical pencil. Just about all my comic book work, I use a mechanical pencil. And this is a 0.5 with an HB lead, which is right in the middle. Not too hard, not too soft. Okay, so I've got my white piece of Bristol. First thing I want to start out with is my gesture drawing. Now, a gesture drawing is kind of like this rough, loose sort of, it's almost like drawing like a scribble. Let me get more of her in there. And I'm moving very quickly and all over her body, up and down, all over the legs. I'm not taking anything to a finished stage just yet. Everything is just really a loose scribble. This is what we call the underdrawing, which is that part of the drawing that is your foundation. It's the basis of what will be your finished drawing. So this is what I'm going to build my details on top of. And I'm moving very quickly. I don't want to get too caught up in any one area or on any details. I don't want to get too caught up in things like clothing or really specific anatomy. I'm really just working all over the figure, all over her. Now, at this point, and I've said this in some of my other videos, I'm usually working very, very light. I'm actually going a little bit darker here just so that you could see what I'm doing. Start suggesting some clothing like boots here. Give her her feet, ankles, her legs. And she's gonna be riding a broom. So get a little bit of the broom in there. And one thing too about working light, if you want to make a change, it's easy to erase. So I just want to nuke that arm because I want to have her leaning on her broomstick. fingers. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go into her face. Let's get a little closer. And this is really the classic Sabrina. Sabrina the Teenage Witch, as drawn by the great Dan DeCarlo. That was always my favorite Sabrina, so that's the one I'm going to go for. And I'm going in, giving her face, sort of evil but kind of cute eyebrows. And I know they've kind of modernized Sabrina, but I always like her with that classic bob haircut, you know, where it's just short. She's got the headband in there. It just really kind of frames her face in a kind of a cute way. So I'm really indulging by going this far with the face, but sometimes you can't resist. One of the reasons I like to jump all over the figure is because sometimes you get too caught up in one part of the figure, and then before you know it, the rest of the figure isn't working with that one part. So by jumping around the way I am, jumping from the top of the figure down to the side of her, and let's go around her legs here, and I'm going to give Sabrina kind of one of these torn witches skirts, maybe one of those big witches belts with the big pilgrimish belt buckle. Maybe nice bare shoulders. Again, keeping her like a cute young girl, even though she is a witch. And we'll give her some long sleeves here, also with that kind of shredded end to it. And go in, erase some of these pencil lines. Some of these pencil lines I'm just leaving in there, those lighter ones, and I might take them out once I finished inking her, and I will be inking her later. I don't know if I'll be doing that on video. That'll really be up to you guys. If you guys want to see me ink her, I'll be happy to. Just let me know in the comments below. And Sabrina always had these little freckles. She had light eyes, kind of that sleepy, you know, heavy-lidded eye effect. And a little bit of a collarbone here. I might make this outfit black, so I might leave that for the inks. And notice as I keep going, gradually, I let my pencil lines get darker and darker. Maybe I'll give her boots a little bit of a flap. So I'm getting darker because I'm refining my figure. Her figure. Tighten up those fingers and make them look more like actual fingers. And at this stage, notice I did very little erasing, because most of the time if I made a mistake, if there was something I wanted to change, I just really kind of drew over it. And now the bottom of her broomstick. And I believe we have, let me see, some darkening, refining, and never be afraid to make changes, even at this stage. If I took a look at her and I said, I don't like that leg, or I think the head is too big or too small, I'd change it. Never be afraid of that. That's what the pencil stage is about. Things aren't permanent just yet. So, I believe we have, at least for this stage, Sabrina, the Teenage Witch. Let me give her a little bit more of her other foot peeking out there. Actually, I'm just going to give her heels. Maybe the other heel will be peeking out. Okay. And I think that gives me a pretty complete Sabrina, as complete as I want to get with the pencils at this stage. I may tweak her a little bit more, you know, and I always like to give my drawings a good looking at after I feel like I've finished. And then I realize I haven't finished because there's probably little things I want to keep noodling and changing. But I think for the most part, I think Sabrina here is done. Okay, so there she is, Sabrina riding a broom. I hope you guys like that. She came together fairly quickly. You know, I might also normally be taking it a little slower, but you know, I don't want to keep you here through every last little line, so I moved along fairly quickly so you'd get the idea. If any of you guys have any questions on this, please leave them in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to answer them as best as I can. And I've also had some requests for some videos. I know somebody requested a Die Kitty Die, and somebody else requested, actually I've gotten requests for Betty and Veronica. So I will be tackling those soon. They just jumped on Sabrina just because I have a need for a Sabrina. So thanks again for tuning in. Please keep tuning in. Subscribe and share. Share if you would. Okay? Thanks a lot, everybody. I'll see you in the next one.